morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is going to be the best May 29th, 2022 that you have ever had. Yes. We're going to be just drenched in music mostly this morning, so I hope you are up for that. From the looks of what was happening under the pavilion, I'm thinking you are. So I think you all know this one, and it goes better if you're all singing along when we get to the bridge, the chorus.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. I am only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Good morning. Reverend Doug.
Here he is. Great. We'll use this one right here.
Yep.
Or maybe that.
Whatever's
one.
good for you.
It'll work. It'll work. Okay. All right, great. Well, good morning, Unity of Chattanooga. Good morning. Yeah. Welcome to our Sunday celebration service. Most of you know my name. I am Reverend Doug Worth. I'm the senior minister here, and this morning I am your platform assistant. And I want to welcome Sean and Laurie. There you are. Oh man, musicians this morning. It's going to be great. You know, this from what I've seen so far, this is going to be a great day. Yeah, just music and song. Well, we're so happy to be back at the Red Bank Community Center now. What you need to know is we have to rent this every Sunday. We are usually 2 or 3 months out, but the last 2 weeks somebody beat us to it, and so we were down at the park. But the good news is that we now have this rented for the next 2 months solid, June and July, so we're all set. I also want to welcome everybody who's with us this morning on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure that you let us know in the comment sections that you're here. And also give us a thumbs up, which sets all those algorithms in the works so that we pop up for those people looking for a message like ours. And if you appreciate this service, make sure you share it with your friends, and they can look into it, and maybe there's something there that will touch their lives as well. So whether you're with us in person this morning, or whether you're with us on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us, because this is the spiritual community that we believe will save the world. Well, this morning is Memorial Day, which for some of us is the beginning of summer, but it's also a time when we remember all those people who have served this country well, and some of the disagreements that we've had throughout the world and throughout the ages. So we want to take a special moment this morning to remember all those who've served us in many, many capacities. And as is our custom, we always start our service in prayer. So I invite you now to go to that quiet and still place within. That place where God is, and God always has been. Jesus said simply, "Wherever two or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of you." So simply know that there is a higher presence and there is a higher power. There is a gifted teacher with us here this morning, speaking silently through every emotion, speaking silently through every direction. And so as we settle into that presence, we simply give thanks, knowing that we are guided and blessed in everything that we choose to do with a higher thought. Blessings not only our lives, but those lives around us. So in this time, we say simply, "Thank you, God." And we know that that presence and power is walking beside us, flowing through our thoughts, every moment, for every day. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Well, that feels so good, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, how about take just a few moments and introduce Sean and Laurie this morning. They moved to Nashville in 2003 from Connecticut to pursue their music and songwriting careers. And in his everyday life, you are now the official spokesman for these pianos.
Yeah.
Now, how do you pronounce it?
Kauai.
Kauai. Kind of like the island.
Japanese. A little bit. Yeah, close, similar.
Cool. Yeah. All right. And Sean has also expanded his career. Not only is he an inspirational speaker, but he is also an ordained interfaith minister. Yeah, that's no small feat.
No.
That's a biggie.
You know all about that.
I do. I resemble that remark. Yeah. And he's currently working on his first book, which will be a series, but the first book is called Spiritual People Skills. And Laurie, you're continuing your singer-songwriter career, and you're about ready to release your second CD.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I guess there's going to be a joint release later this summer.
That would be nice.
Yeah, you got to talk to him about it, right? Okay. Well, together they not only travel here, but they combine their music and their message, and they go to a number of Unity churches and New Thought venues around the country. So thanks for joining us this morning. And you live up in Cookeville, Tennessee, so not so far away. And you've got your property's called the Dragonfly Landing.
Dragonfly Landing. Yep.
Yeah, must have something to do with insects. Maybe
Not so much.
Okay, all right.
No. Laurie just likes dragonflies. So.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, that's where your home is, and it's also a rental property.
It is, short-term special events, retreats, spiritual retreats, board retreats, hint, hint.
Hint, hint. That's cool. Well, one other thing that I just want to mention, and just totally gratitude from my perspective. Sean and Laurie apparently are doing very well. They're expanding their equipment, and they have donated this equipment to Unity of Chattanooga. So So not only the speakers, these speakers remind me of the ones I had in my house in 1970, you know? But anyway,
Actually, those are the ones.
yeah, the very ones. Yeah. And we have a powered mixing board, which we have, the mixing board we have since no longer have, but now we've got this one and all the cables to go along with it. So Sean and Laurie, thank you so much. We appreciate the donation. And this morning we have a special guest, our very own Erin Scott. Erin, just wave your hand. She's going to be joining Sean and Laurie, and we're so excited to hear you. So with no further ado, I will be quiet, give you back the mic, and welcome to Sean and Laurie and Erin.
So that is in celebration of your new home. That is, it's there. It's already done. It's just the space-time thing's got to catch up and figure it out. But it is done. We know this. You know, you got to have faith, right? You know, it's like the town that was experiencing a drought, terrible drought. It had been a month and a half, 2 months, and this was a farming community. And they were really suffering and having the thought that maybe there would be no crops. So they asked the minister if they could have a prayer vigil to bring some rain. And so the minister set that up that evening. About 80, 85 people attended. And they got ready to start, and he looked out and he said, "Never mind, y'all go home, this is a waste of time." I said, "Pastor, what's going on?" He said, "Not one of you brought an umbrella." Which is funny, and yet not. You got to have that much faith that it is done, that it's before you, it's going to unfold. Someday we all gotta cry, 'cause we're all homeless boys and girls, and we are never heard. It's such a lonely, lonely, lonely world. People turn their heads and walk on by. Tell me, is the world just another try? Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. Shine on the soul, set us free. Love is the answer. Tell me, are we alive, or just a dying planet? What are the chances? Ask the man in your heart for the answer. And when you feel afraid, when you've lost your way, love you're all alone,
and when you're far from home,
and when you're down and out,
and when your hopes run out,
when you need a friend,
and when you're near the end.
love, we've got to love, we've got to love one another.
Light of the world,
Shine on me, love is the answer. Shine on us all, set us free, love is the answer. Light of the world, shine on me, love is the answer. Shine on us all, set us free, love is the answer. Light of the world, shine on me, love is the answer. Shine on us all, set us free, love is the answer. I feel like we just went on a yacht rock cruise. We're going to do that for our 25th anniversary. Yeah, all that 70s and 80s music, man, that's going to be cool. Love it.
I saw some people singing along too, so this is definitely a sing-along. I mean, consider it as loud as you
Their
want.
parents told them about
Yeah.
these songs.
Definitely, sing loud.
I remember.
Here's one that I wrote with my friend Rick Schoening some years ago. And we wrote it in honor of Wayne Dyer's book, Real Magic, which then scored us the opportunity to open up for him a couple of times and work with him. And I got to become very friendly with Wayne. And so this is about believing. You have a dream, and dreams come true. There's a miracle waiting for you. Reach out your hand, and you'll receive real magic if you believe. Do you believe in Him? Do you believe it's true? Do you believe in love like I believe in you? Just have some faith within your mind. Be a guiding light, and soon you will find by trusting love, our spirits grow. We can all hang on by letting go. Do you believe in Him? Do you believe it's true? Do you believe in love like I fear, no age, no distance between us. No darkness, just light and love all around. No doubting, no fear, just these words of hope. If you'll only hear, open your heart, reach from within, let yourself go. Go. Do you believe in Him? Do you believe it's true? Do you believe in love like I believe in you? You have a dream, and dreams come true. Make a little change there. I think I'm overdriving these just a little bit, Steve.
That's exactly what I was going to say too.
You're welcome. Let go.
I'd like to introduce, well, not introduce to you, you all know her. Come on up, Erin.
So this is a song that we wrote, that Laurie wrote many years ago, and we did it at our going away party, leaving New England back in 2003. And we taught our daughter Shannon a third part harmony. So Laurie had been doing the song just solo, and then all of a sudden she had 3 people singing in harmony. And it has just never been the same when my daughter's not around. My daughter lives in Massachusetts, so we adopted one. Yeah.
I can't explain the way I feel today. It looks like everything is gonna be okay. Night after night I cry myself to sleep, safely guarding all the troubles in my keep. And I pray that you take all my fears away. But then I cling more tightly to them every day. I know you had wanted me to do, but then I couldn't see. And now I see so clearly. Just let it go and give it up to you. Don't be so afraid to worry or burden you. Just give it all to you and let it go. The freedom that has taken over me is so releasing, so fulfilling, so complete. Years and years of trying to break through, I finally found that all I ever had to do was to realize that I am not alone. I don't have to bear my burdens on my own. I know that you would never hand me more than I could bear to stand. So when I crumble beneath life's demands, I
just give it all to you. I prayed for so much strength
so I can handle things by myself.
Oh, but a wise man knows
He can still be strong and use a little help and let it go. Just give it all to you. Don't be so afraid to worry or burden you.
just give it all to
To you
and let it go.
just let it go.
Let it go.
Just let it go.
Just thought I'd try that in a few different keys toward the end. See if you were paying attention.
That's good. That's a challenge.
All right, we got time for
Now we're.
a couple more.
Oh, no, you're.
This is really only going to work if you're singing along. So it goes like this. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Okay? When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day,
A lovely day. Oh, you sound like Sean&Laurie. I love it. Ahead of me seems impossible to face when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely when the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. A lovely day. What kind of days are gonna be today? Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Thank you, Miss Erin. Yeah. And use my mic and all just like Joe.
That was a good one.
I love that song. Now, this is a song that I wrote a while back, and it kind of reminds me to not take myself so seriously and to give myself a little more leeway. I don't know if you're anything like me. Sometimes I can be a lot more forgiving of others, and then I'm really hard on myself. And I think, you know what? Why? If this was someone else that was doing this, it would be fine, and and show compassion toward them. But I don't always show that to myself. So this song is there to remind me. Sometimes it does the job. Sometimes not so much. But it's an ongoing thing. It's called "Perfectly You." I'm gonna move this mic back just a little bit.
Sure.
Take two.
I'll be in my trailer.
Stay inside of the lines. Be careful you choose the right colors. Make sure you dress like they do. Hey, those shoes were out the end of last summer. Wait, just breathe.
I'm not too proud or anything, but that's the title track to this CD by Miss Laurie, which I know some of you have. And it's dynamite. There's so many really uplifting, great message tunes, and a few sarcastic ones as well, because that's our style. Right? Looks like we are at about it. And what I'm going to do is have you transition into... what I'm thinking is I'm going to have you play a little bit, and we'll do the meditation now and lead into I Am Holy. No, that doesn't work. Never mind.
I'll be in my trailer.
You be... This song was written by my friend Dr. Judy Blackwelder. And I used to call and ask her all the time if I could do it at various services, and she would always say, of course, yes, no problem. Finally, one day she said, honey, listen, you may do any song I've ever written for any reason at all, anytime ever. So, okay, I guess that covers it, so we're good. But I always like to mention her because I love her and she's such a talented lady. And this is a song that we generally use to center ourselves into a meditation. And that's what I want to do right now. And then Laurie will come take the keys from me and we'll trade places. I'll sing it through once, and then I want you to join me. It goes like this. I am holy. Only goodness comes from me. I am holy. Only goodness comes from me. Do you feel that? Let's do it. I am holy. Only goodness comes from me. 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 One more time, as though it sank in and you know it. I am holy. Only goodness comes from me. I am holy. Only goodness comes from me. Only goodness comes from me. Only goodness comes from me. So in that mindset, anchored in that sense of purpose, of belonging, and not just saying the words that you are a child of God, but taking ownership of that. A beloved child of God. here to live a glorious life, here to create, here to give, here to support and encourage your fellow man. I won't ignore the elephant in the room. It's been a rough week. And I said earlier this week that I felt a little bit embarrassed to be a human being. When I was in the 3rd grade, I was worried about a lot of things, but somebody coming in and murdering me wasn't one of them. What have we done? And within hours of that pity party, I witnessed an outpouring from around the world that made me so proud to be a human. The love that has poured in to Texas from everywhere reminded me of who we really are. That's who we are. I forget what the total number of deaths were mentioned in Texas, but let's add one. The gunman is dead as well, and he was somebody's child. And that's a hard pill to swallow, I suppose, while we're angry, we're hurt. But that was somebody's child. So we surround his family in the same love and the same sense of forgiveness and empowerment that we surround the victims' families. There is a great gift in forgiveness. Sometimes that gift is for ourselves. So this morning, as I gather here at Unity of Chattanooga, among like-minded, loving souls from all walks of life, I'm proud to be human again. And I'm immensely grateful. So grateful for the opportunity to serve. When 2 or more are gathered, the greatness is immeasurable. And thank you for that. God, help remind us that we are holy. Together we say, I am holy. Together, I am holy. Together, I am holy. Together, like God didn't hear you, I am holy. And so it is. So what I want to have you do right now is stand. We're going to sing the peace song. And then we'll do something kind of fun. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Stay right where you are. We'll welcome Doug up.
Yeah, if you just take your seats. I won't be long.
You spoiled my plan, Doug.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You know, every now and then, there is a song that you'll be singing for the rest of the week. And that song for me is Only Good Comes From Me.
Mm.
Yeah. Going to be singing that all week.
Good.
Well, first of all, I want to thank, Sean and Laurie for today's beautiful service. Beautiful service. Yeah. And Aaron for joining us. That was great. Oh, man. Well, for services like this, it always takes quite a bit of effort, an effort that most of you don't see. But it's our pleasure. It's what gives us life. It's what just keeps us coming back over and over again.
Amen.
And it also takes a little bit of cash, so you know what's coming. At this point is our offering time, so please take your tithes and your offering in your hand. And just simply know, just bless those offerings right now. And we remember the words of Jesus, who simply said, I came that you may have life and have it abundantly. And at another time said, simply give and it will be given to you. So we know for these services and for this church to continue, it's the blessings that you give us so freely. So let's join together in our offering statement right now. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I receive in abundance.
Yep.
Yeah, let's take some minutes. By the way, Sean, I want to tell you, when you opened it up, you told a little story about rain.
Mm-hmm.
We actually did that about 15 years ago. For those of you who remember that, just raise your hands. Yeah.
Really?
It was a drought. It was in the 90s. The weather forecast was hot and sunny for as far as they could see. And we did a service that day, and I said, this is what Elijah did.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Jesus did. Do you believe? All the hands went up. And after maybe about an hour and a half after the service, started to rain. Wow. And it rained here, and it rained in Chattanooga, and it rained in Cleveland, over and over and over, light healing rain for about 3 or 4 days.
Good job.
And on the news, it wasn't me. Okay. And on the news that night, the weather forecaster came in and looked at the camera after they did the forecast and said, somebody prayed for rain today.
I just got God bumps.
So we give thanks for these tithes and these offerings, so freely given from the heart, going forward to bless not only each and every person here, but each and every person that we know, going through our families, going through the places where we work, just bringing God's presence to each and every action. And for this, we are so grateful and we are so blessed. And so it is. Amen. Well, what service would be complete without a few announcements? And we have a few. So the first thing, we did actually print up the announcements, and they are out on the table, and I just want to go through some of them very briefly. We have on Wednesdays about 4 o'clock, we have the midweek faith with Shannon and myself. It's always an inspirational time, a time for us to get together, ask questions. And if any of you have any questions that you'd like for us to talk about, please send them in, and we'd be happy to embrace them. You can still join us on Unity 101 at 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights. We're having a 1-hour session. We call it Unity 101. If you would like to know a little bit more about Unity, where we came from, what we believe, how we're connected with other faith groups, that's what we're going to be talking about. If you'd like to be a member of Unity of Chattanooga, then this is something that we hope you take advantage of. So Wednesdays from 7 to 8. I also want to draw your attention to a new activity. It's called Spiritual Connection. And this is on Thursdays at 6 p.m. at Whole Foods and the upper mezzanine. A group of us simply get together and talk about things that we want to talk about.
On Manufacturers Road.
On Manufacturers Road, there it is. Okay. Mona, you're looking for a few volunteers?
Yes.
Okay. To go with you to the homeless community. That's June 14th at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Yeah, and that's our outreach program to the community.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Next week, we'll be right back here at Red Bank Community Center, and I'll be doing the service that week. And for those of you who've come from a more traditional background, or you have friends that are in a more fundamental church, and they ask you what you believe, you go through the 5 principles, or you tell them whatever you're going to tell them, and then usually the first thing they say is, "What about the devil?" So next week we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that guy in the red suit that we all love to hate, and just give you a little background where that came from, and a little bit more from my personal perspective. Okay. And then 2 weeks from today, on June 12th, will be a welcoming event. Okay, we're doing quite a bit of work right now through social media, inviting people to come to the church and see what we are and who we are and how all that goes. And so on June 12th, we're going to have a special service welcoming people who perhaps haven't been here before. It's potluck today, so we hope everybody stays and has a good meal. You know, it's always good to eat. You know, that's great. There's only one thing. There is another group coming at 1 o'clock, so stuff it down, have a great time, and then we got to be out by 1. So thank you so much for joining us today. Do you have a special song that you
As far as you know. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, something without warning, love, wears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely when the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be
Just one look at you,
come on.
and I know it's gonna be, it's gonna be, it's gonna be
A lovely
lovely day, 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 lovely day.
when the day that lies ahead of me always seems to know the way, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be
It's alright with me.
just one look at you,
Just one look at you,
it's gonna be
and I know it's gonna be, it's gonna be, it's gonna be
a lovely
lovely
day.
day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
It's a lovely day.
Lovely day, 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 lovely day.